Time for the Sharks versus the Mouse. And I'm thinking the Mouse is going to win. I think it's... But at the same time, we've already established it's hard to predict anything this major. By the way, I do want to say, I love this music. It's very sci-fi, actually. Kind of chill sci-fi, like you're playing Deus Ex.
Would you call this cyberpunk style?
You just kind of chill.
Behind us?
I wouldn't say like cyberpunk exactly. I think more like just like kind of
futuristic or
future neon type of like Tron-ish type of vibes.
Tron?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, sci-fi, futuristic, neon.
Oh god.
We're into the game.
Heroic and Tyloo were playing on Inferno as well. My caveat was Tyloo might win against Inferno, and it's Inferno. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I really don't want my pick'ems getting wrecked by Heroic throwing, so let's see if that works out. Double grenades at top banana, but no one is there to receive them. Dexter's in the back, behind the smokes now, and the coffins in the ruins position. mousesports starting on a CT side. Rob's the first man to fall. The talisman for mousesports, especially in the post-Chris J era. Frozen. Very capable of some fun plays. This has become quite common as well, actually, these like allowing the plant and these HEs, but running forward of the grenade, it goes maybe further than one might have wanted it to. And it's getting a little more difficult for mousesports now as Bemis and Acor remain.
Acor, very strong mechanically. Probably the best mechanical player on the server with Rops. I would wager. Nice little rap coming through from Zevi, playing off of the sound. But be cautious because Acor's going to pick off one. There's another tap coming through, and it is just not working out. They're going to get fragged. It was a good attempt, but too much damage was done already. And Sharks will pick up the opening pistol.
Yeah, Sharks, another Brazilian squad, and it is the entire team's debut at the major. We've got so many squads. The same could be said for like Copenhagen Flames, their entire squad debuting at the major today. There's a lot of Brazilians though. Love to see it. We're seeing like a rise in CIS region players in many games, I feel like. They're growing in power, but in Counter-Strike, Brazil coming in with force at this major.
Yeah, especially given the lack of representation from North America of late in recent times. CIS and Brazil taking full advantage.
Yeah, they're in there.
And yeah, the ranks are swollen with CIS and Brazilian teams. We're going to see the creep here towards Banana. Oh, Dex is going to fall back just as those nades start to come through. Clearing all of the dangerous positions. You're expecting the CTs to be in positions like behind the sandbags and any of these kind of close range choke points, just trying to catch somebody off guard. But so far, of course, we can see mousesports are playing quite passively. Reels in, dropping the nade. He's going to be going in first. Doesn't want to be burdened by the throwing of nades.
Counter grenades now from the mousesports squad. Dexter with the Deagle. Patient shots. Got to be even more patient than before with how the Deagle is now. And let's see if they can slow things down. 27 seconds will feel like an eternity for mousesports to try to defend this B bomb site. And it'll be unsuccessful. Bomb will be planted, as we can see. And that should be the worst of it for Young Sharks. mousesports can look to hold on to these sets of Kevlar and pistols for the rounds to come. Frozen's got to try and get out of here with 2 HP. If he's allowed to. Maybe he has a chance now if he's careful. Off he goes.
What can Robs find? Be really nice to do some extra damage here. Not looking all that doable though. Sharks know precisely what is safe and what is not. And there's no need to chase down the remaining players. So the 2-0 and save round from mousesports is coming through. You can see Acor has the most money. We'll be picking up the AWP as soon as possible.
Man like Rops, not on the scoreboard just yet. He has 0, as does Reelsin. But I think a lot of people will be looking for a performance from Rops here. He will need to deliver. Again, those grenades come through. We saw them in a pistol round. We see them here again. And these are early warnings for the buy rounds to come from mousesports. And maybe that's what Young Shock's trying to do, trying to condition them to really think about their approach to Banana later on if they keep throwing these grenades.
Yeah, and I'm liking this from Sharks. Just keep it nice and simple, rushing into the site. Uh-oh. That almost looks quite sketchy, the lineup there. 5-7 ready to go, but it's looking pretty good overall. Now that the dust is settled, we have Sharks on the site. 4 versus 2 after plants, and good to go. Looking to move into the 4th round with the 3-0 lead. And I would like to see J&T continue with the MAC-10 actually. There's a lot of value, especially on banana takes, just like going quick in banana or being the player to kind of lead the way through apartments. There's definitely a lot of utility behind that MAC-10 for the buy rounds. Acor is going to have an AWP though, so I'm really looking forward to also seeing how Mouse will start off. Do they want to play map control, go really heavy on the utility at the beginning of the round on banana? Are they looking to play more reactively? Is Acor going to be passive around top mid in apartments, or are we going to see him playing around that banana position? There's so many options here for mousesports.
It's a nice spawn for Lukowski. Probably the best spawn you could get. It's a very expensive knife. I don't even know how much those are these days.
How many bitcoins is that knife? How many satoshis?
How many what? Satoshis?
Yeah, it's the...
Oh, I'm lost with this stuff. And again, the grenades come through. And at this point, I don't think it's about the damage just yet. It's just about telling mousesports, I don't think you want to be posting up here with Acor at any point, because those grenades are here again and again.
Yeah, I mean, at least, mousesports threw a lot of util on banana. As far as Sharks are concerned, mousesports didn't actually take control there, so... With that said, Sharks don't really have any info around that position. Zevi's kind of checking, but at the same time, there could be a CT at the top banana, as far as they understand it. And so they're kind of in a tricky spot here. They're committed towards A unless they go get information on banana. They could all walk to banana together. That's the other option as well. And that might be what they end up doing here. There's lots of counter utility coming in. Oof, that's a big smoke to throw. There's still 2 smokes left. Rops and Acor holding onto those. There goes 1 from Acor. And that's going to lock out the top banana choke point. So that's a great timing too. They're going to have like 15 seconds left when that one goes away.
Dexter with the incendiary on B as well. Could be a problem, but we can see the rotation is heading towards that A bomb site. 19 seconds. This is really running the clock down, and there's going to be a big funnel of T players into this short position. Robs will make some space for himself, and again, oh my god, that is a complete wipeout there. Young Sharks running out of time, and that allows Mouse to capitalize. They get their first round on the board with no player lost, which is fantastic for them.
Yes, I think looking back at that rounds, I think if you're Sharks, you're probably regretting not keeping a player in banana the entire time after you took that control. Because they got into this pot in the mid round, but they couldn't really get into A, and at the same time they didn't have info towards banana, so it's kind of a tricky position. But enough about that. We do have round 5 underway, and banana once again under control so far for mousesports. Just tossing that deep banana smoke. Some counter utility, but Sharks aren't challenging this. And mousesports know that.
A burst top mid. J&T is dropped, however. I think the bomb may be safe for now. Mouse happy to play a crossfire as far as sight and short are concerned. But Acor is trying to hold on to information around his arch position. He has frozen here as well. He's picking every so often, but Lukowski is deleted by the HE of Acor.
Oh, this is a really committed position, James. And Dexter's in a one and done, really. I mean, he might be able to get another 1v1 out of this, but he doesn't have a way to slow this one down. He can't get to safety. He has finally frozen joining from CT spawn on the rotation. Oh my goodness, Dexter actually gets out of there. That is criminal. And I don't know how Sharks allowed that to happen. And well, there's not really much left to work with anyway at this point.
Yeah, that's mousesports for you. Taking more than they should. More cake than birthdays in this round. And Reelsin will have to fall back. Hold on to what they have. So a second round on the board for mousesports.
Right now, the way that mousesports have been playing, it kind of puts Sharks in a position where either they decide to do the crazy thing, which is to just directly challenge Banana, or what they do is they allow mousesports to burn their Banana util, and then instead Sharks play retake with their utility. So their utility ends up gaining you more, but you have to play that Banana retake game. And I'm curious whether or not they'll do that, because so far they haven't. They just allow themselves to kind of be locked out of Banana, then they just go top mid. And so I'd like to see an adjustment there. Don't allow mousesports to have control there for free. Ooh, direct challenge on Banana.
Frozen has to be careful here. JNC on the logs, but he is forced away into the waiting HE grenade to follow up the reposition. Nice start. But I would imagine that Sharks will take control now, although they've always got to be careful of a pop flash over the roof.
Yeah, and they're not defaulting at all. They have not set foot in apartments or second mid, so Sharks are looking to just roll into this site. They've got a weird situation as well. A couple pistols, a MAC-10, an AWP, and one AK-47. Very odd. Awkward for sure.
They've just got to avoid it hitting them directly, because that is a clue in itself. I think they managed to avoid that despite taking some damage there. It will be a quick burst now from Sharks. Lukowski, the only man who was ahead of the fire, falls. Nice pop flash to allow Acor to peek. Look at that flick, he's so ready. That man has warmed up.
Yeah, Acor's nuts. And there's just nothing to be done here for Sharks. It's interesting because there's, a few ways you can approach these rounds. Sharks, for example, they know that they're going to have to wait out mousesports' utility at the beginning of the round, because mousesports, that's how they've been doing it. Mousesports throw the util, they get the deep smoke, the incendiary, they flash over the half wall, and Sharks are waiting this out and then playing into Banana afterwards. There would actually have been time for them to default. They would have been able to put presence in apartments, and that would be very beneficial, because if they then finish the round the same, at least then maybe mousesports don't have 3 players completely ready for the push.
I don't think this logo lasts 2 years.
The mousesports logo?
Yeah.
It's interesting. It feels like it lacks the character, but it's really difficult. Like, mousesports is one of the absolute oldest esports brands that exists, and so to change the logo after 21 years or however long they've existed, I think they were around in 2000. I'm pretty sure 2000, 2001. That's crazy. That's a big rebrand.
Yeah. It is a big rebrand.
And you're kind of starting over, and it's a weird feeling.
Yeah, I think for fans it's a bit disconnecting.
I agree, yeah. And it kind of just looks a bit flat too. Compared to what we're used to. But maybe it'll grow on us, and we can give it some time. It kind of looks like when you're baking maybe you don't know when you're baking cakes. It strike me as a frequent.
You know I'm not baking no cake then.
But like there's like the cutouts that you use. When
Oh yeah.
I don't know what they're called because I don't bake cakes, and that's not even baking a cake at all. It's got nothing to do with making a cake. But
isn't that like making a cookie or something?
Exactly. Yeah. Like a cookie cutter. Cookie cutter. It's literally a cookie cutter. That's what it is.
Cooking with Dan.
It's a cookie.
Cancelled after one episode.
It's the cookie cutter.
4-3 for mousesports. Both teams on the bye. 5 AKs for Sharks, and they are full with utility. Acor, it's been looking dangerous. I love how his face went white, like it would in a monitor there when he got flashed. That's a really nice touch.
Like that too. Nice HE behind the half wall. You can see that Sharks are waiting further back in anticipation of these nades coming through, and again they go for the challenge. But again, notice that Sharks don't have any holes presence. Look how deep mousesports have control of like the holes and mid area. Mousesports have so much information here. Once again,
they only have 2 players towards B though.
That is also surprising because Sharks haven't shown that they walk back when they don't like. And to walk back, they got no map control. They have no vision. They have no idea what is outside Banana, because that's all they have right now.
I think I was realizing like the aggressive play is cool, but if you don't have anyone to shoot, then rotation becomes a question. Dexter playing behind the smoke, surely gets the second one. Indeed he does! Looking for a third, finds it, trying to escape into the smoke. Not going to happen, but I think he has likely done enough here. JNT versus 3. We've seen more done by Brazilians already today. He can take some position at least, but they know that he's on the right-hand side of the site from the CT perspective. And that is going to eliminate half of his options there. That'll make it harder for him to play. And there's a lot of utility left for mousesports as well. Indeed, he cannot be on the other side of this fountain. I'm pretty sure they know that. Actually, no, they don't. They can see the Molly at the back, so they have less information than I thought. Eliminates Rops on Banana. Got to be careful now, JNT. That bomb is ticking, but Bemis gets a nice close headshot. And we're looking at a 5th round for mousesports.
Yeah, well done. I mean, it was quite crazy how much value Dexter got with the M4 there. But again, as you pointed out, it was surprising that mousesports didn't have 3 players ready to go earlier. But I think they're also just, they don't have all the information we have. We can see immediate patterns emerging from the way Sharks are playing their T side. They're not really defaulting. They're not leaving players on the other side of the map. So that allows you, if you're mousesports, to just, where you see presence is probably where they're going. And where you see presence, well, hold that thought. The push in mid is stopped there by Sharks. Zephy's burning. There's a 44 here. Control on Banana for mousesports again. Oh, Dexter sees nothing. Oh, he's doing it to them, isn't he, James? He's doing it.
Silencer, no less.
Ooh.
Man, I think if he waited to go a little bit more to the right, he sees the other 2 lining up and gets 2 of the 3 kills there at least. But it's kind of awkward for Sharks now. How do you play? You're not going to get to B before the rotation comes through. You could maybe wait and go to A anyway, expecting an over-rotation. But you can't hesitate too much here, I think. But that's easy for me to say.
Yeah. Really, all Bemis has to do is get 1 to make it like a pretty doable round. 2 is very good. Gets nothing, though. So that's going to really give Sharks a heavy advantage now. And it may even be... I mean, there is a lot of money in the hands of mousesports, but at the same time, you don't want to give any guns to Sharks who have a struggling economy, especially not the AWP. So, totally understandable.
Note to where that bomb plant is, people at home. That should be your default bomb plant. You can defend it from the pit. If a CT is defusing the bomb, they have to face the wall. That is arguably your strongest bomb plant. Not default where you get shot from short because no one's covering it.
Yeah.
Under the V of the Vino, exactly. That is the worst way for CTs to try and defuse the bomb.
Now, just make a quick point as well. Mousesports have been experiencing the best advantages or having the game looks the most under control when they're just playing passive. And the reason for that is just because Sharks aren't really defaulting. So, and one of the things about the defaults is it allows you to pressure everything, make things really confusing. You tease out CT utility and all these kinds of things. But mousesports, again, they're not really seeing that from their opponents. So they can just hold on to their utility and play passively and have late round advantages. That's kind of how it's been working out so far. Off with the initial banana control. Oh, Nate's coming through. Dexter's in trouble. Oh, he's absolutely cooked.
He did.
Oh, man.
Stood his ground, expecting someone to push through the smoke. Because they cleared so much ground, it would make sense if they chose to do that, but they didn't, so he gets nothing for it. Unfortunate for him.
Once again, they're moving as a pack here. And there's a 3-player setup. Look how mousesports, I don't think, have moved a muscle here on this short position. It's actually quite a good setup to deal with what's happening. Oh! Okay, A-Core ready to go. Ready, willing, and able.
They've got the angles as well. They've got the cover. JNT has more targets, but just good for the one. So mousesports will stabilize in that round. They could hear the flashbangs being deployed for the Halls plop, but they were quite comfortable with where they were. Beamers with the first kill, A-Core with the second, and then mostly a cleanup from there.
Yep. Another point as well to mention, you know, I mentioned the passive approach and sort of the benefits of that and how that's helped mousesports so far. There's another argument to be made as well, as if you're very unfamiliar with the other team and you expect that you can really skill diff them on the fundamentals, that's another argument as to why you would probably do that. And then on top of that, if it's with teams that are super unknown in terms of their playstyle, you can kind of walk into bad timings pretty easily if you move around too much. So you can kind of take that out of the picture if you're just playing very stable and playing more passive, which again is what generally mousesports have been doing. Outside of the initial banana control, that's what they've been doing. And it's a good way to play against an opponent if you feel like you're a lot better than them. But with that said, it's a pretty close scoreline right now. Sharks are doing a good job keeping things close. Mac 10 on Rilzen. Oh, and those nades again, and look at the immediate rotation from Dexter. They're just going to leave Frozen alone on the B side of the map. Oh, actually, no, they've called him back. He's been called back.
Shoutouts to Karambit, Black Laminate. Solid choice, sir.
Have they gone in apartments yet, James? Sharks?
Not for a while, I feel like. Oh wait, no, they had the Halls pop last round.
Oh yeah. That might be the only time. Oh. But definitely not in the early rounds.
Sub 1 minute mark, and they move away from Banana.
But look at the push from Rops. He's going to be over by the bridge.
Oh, I don't think he's going to hear any of this though.
He might completely get out-timed.
Yeah, some grenades are being heard though.
Oh god, this is awkward for mousesports, James. Rops is completely...
He's got to be quiet because you have to expect there's got to be a lurker down here somewhere to keep their options open. But oh, he's seen one, and there's the bomb carrier as well. Looking for the player coming from Banana already. Rings the bell, but can't do more than that. 20 seconds, however, and this has slowed things down. But Bemis is alone on the site. A-Core trying to reposition to help him as best he can. Trying to cover that short position. Down goes Reels in, didn't check the corner properly, and Devi doesn't have much HP. Easy cleanup for Bemis. Solid flank from Rops. Had just enough time to have some significant impact, and there goes the round.
Yeah, that was really tight, that timing, for sure. I thought for sure that Rops was going to just barely miss that timing, and then it would have been really dodgy because Bemis would have been alone on the site with no information that the entire team was about to hit him. But yeah, good defense from Bemis. That's going to force Sharks down to an eco, but yeah, I don't think that Sharks have taken Halls control early in the round yet on their buy rounds.
Great flick. Presence of mind, no panic, nothing too crazy. And that is a slow second push with the bomb. No one behind it either. So this is, I mean, you could argue this is somewhat of a sloppy round. Yes, it's an eco, but very disjointed, that second push. It's like, because he kind of jumped around the corner, and often you're going to do that to, A, not get shot straight in the head, but B, to create some space so you've got a better chance of shooting somebody with a teammate. But then there was no teammate behind. That's not ideal. 8-4, mousesports will be facing a bye from Sharks in this round. Round 13, of course. 5 AKs on deck and plenty of grenades, plenty of Molotov cocktails, wine bottles with rags, and a splodge of petrol.
3 players towards Banana this time for mousesports. And actually less util, so it's almost encouraging for Sharks to want to take Banana. And indeed, Sharks take Banana, and again, we don't see any Sharks players towards halls. No one making noise towards A, so mousesports can happily remain with 3 players on this site for the defense.
Push is here, and Frozen has got some headshots to land, and that bomb is surrounded. It's engulfed in flames as Frozen looks for more. Lucalzi will give his team a chance now, 3 versus 3, as they try to take control of the bomb site. But as we can see, Acor still lurking, trying to shoot through the smoke based on the sound cues. Has an idea that someone's in a dark spot, and he will hold ruins for now. All remaining 6 players around this B bomb site as we wait for the bomb to get planted.
Yeah, pretty good result here for Sharks so far. But can they hold against the retake? Acor, very dangerous force. Here coming through from Graveyard, seeing what he can get done from construction. There's the forward push there. Rob's covering towards backside as Acor looks for the next player. And looks too deep, so blind, but the support is there. Zevi with it all to do, and Bemis is good to go. mousesports pick up another one. It's going to be a 9-4 scoreline.
Yeah, mousesports getting a nice score out of this half so far. And they've got a lot of money in the bank as well. Like 5 of the players have got more than $10,000. And a lot of them about 12,000 plus. So they are certainly having some success now. The bomb plant will certainly help the Sharks, though. Really crucial to them being able to have a good buy in round number 14. The AKs are out again. They'll be short on grenades here and there, but it's looking pretty good, all things considered. Question is, can they convert around?
Yeah, 3 players top mid here for mousesports. And there we go. We will get some pressure towards the apartments. The double HE towards the boiler position. Oh ho ho, Robs catches Zevi, and now Frozen's looking for some action here. Top Banana as well. Ah, oh, great peek comes through. Panic takes him down. And now Dexter's alone on the B site. Robs will be joining. And re-smoking as well, so Sharks have done a good job here to pressure away a lot of the util. Just Bemis now with a smoke on the A sites. On the pit position. Sharks gearing up for the push into the B sites now. Got a nice little crossfire here ready to go.
Love that smoke at the front of the site. Takes the angles away from the coffins, and you can creep up on the barrels as well. And I think Dexter may be looking for that to some degree, but he spotted some legs below it. And the bomb, instant information. They need that rotation. They need it fast as well. The gap for Robs to work with. Still rotating somewhat slow. He really needs them to come along now. Rob's trying to swing there. Lucalzi will deny him, however. We could have a 5th round here for Young Sharks. 2 versus 2. They're both full health, but if you get shot in the head, that may not make a difference. No M4s here, just AKs and AWP for Bemis, but can he expect a tree? Doesn't look like it, JNT. Little transfer attempt, but not going to outstay his welcome. 1v1 now, as I say that. There is a kit in the hands of Acor. A nice pop flash, won't make a connection though, as Lucalzi surely is in a winning position. There he is, 5th round on the board for Sharks.
Yeah, well played by Lucalzi to pick up those key 1v1s. Multiple, actually. First most important one was against Robs, of course. But That'll be 5 rounds on the board at the very least here, going into the final round of the first half on this Inferno. mousesports been pretty comfortable overall in this half, with 6 rounds possible. If Sharks are able to get 6, it's definitely a good amount to work from. Acor taking the AWP towards Banana this time. Haven't seen too much of that. Over the top of the smoke. Seeing if there's anything to be found. Sharks slow around T-ramp at the moment. Ooh, that's a nice nade. Actually did a lot less damage than expected on Zevi towards second mid. This is quite brave. 5 versus 4 advantage for mousesports here. Sharks have slowed this right down. And, I mean, right now, mousesports they've got info on everything. They've got banana info, they've got top mid info, and there's a minute left. So, Sharks have to pick something to take away. The problem is with this much time left, whatever they pick, it's going to feel like that's where they're going. So they're going to toss nades top mid, they're kind of faking control there, and they're going back to B. But they know Acor's here. He gets flashed off the angle. 30 seconds left.
Oh my god, Acor, what are you doing? Oh man, the shrapnel, off he goes. He just got launched into space, but Frozen will try to hold things down. 28 seconds will be a hell of a long time. Reels in, denied. The bomb's been dropped now, and J&T finds himself alone. He's got to plant that fast in the smoke behind the fountain. He can't even see if they're pushing, but he has planted the bomb. Last round of the first half. Acor looking utterly disgusting, disfiguring Sharks on Banana, but his teammates need to finish off the job here, looking for the transfer J&T, but Rops will deny him, and it'll be 10 rounds for mousesports at half-time.
Solid scoreline for mousesports, looking, again, quite comfortable throughout the half. And, I mean, it's going to be very different now going into the second half. You know, going onto the CT side, what are Sharks going to show us? We didn't see too much of the more conventional defaults that you come to expect on Inferno from Sharks on their T side. So, you know, what is their CT side going to look like? You know, are we going to see aggression against mousesports? Are they going to play a more passive gamble-based style? You know, more reminiscent of the kind of old Swedish style of Inferno. Hold on to utility for as long as you can, play really passive. I remember in Fnatic, in the old kind of Swedish derbies, Fnatic and NIP, that used to be like a very intense matchup because both teams playing that similar style. But time will tell. Time will tell all.
Very good start for mousesports. And that's what you want to see from them. Defensive smoke grenade, a little too shallow perhaps. So you can see the fadeaway HE there. Again, normally you see it thrown on a default plant spot right here, which is more like guaranteed damage, if you will, but well, their guns will deliver some guaranteed damage straight in the face of these mousesports players. 5 versus 2 as Sharks look to storm this pistol round. Beamer, there's so much to do. He's got 2 so far. He's found the third one as well, a 180. Woo! mousesports looking dangerous, but it will be a pistol round for Sharks.
That bomb went down though, so I'm expecting mousesports to force buy. I think that would be crushing. But there's 2 ways you can look at it. You can say, okay, we're going to force buy because if we win this force buy, we're going to win the game, and you're confident because you feel like you're better, or you feel, oh, you know, we're confident, we're better, we're going to win on the gun rounds. So you don't even bother with this round. You just get the max gun rounds in, and you win off of the back of that. So they've opted to go for the force buy option, which I like.
Force buys in modern era Counter-Strike. 3 rifles and 2 pistols in the second round.
Yes.
Semler would be very upset. Nobody tell him.
Yeah, but the sacrifice is no utility. The compromise. It's no utility, and that's quite difficult. You have to play explosively off of each other. You've got to trade for space. because you can't use utility to create space. You got to use your bodies instead.
That is a very key incendiary. There's a swing from Dexter. Bemis is here as well, so Zevi may look to go back, and it may be more urgent now as Dexter threatens to make his way towards Arch, and there is Bemis to punish as well. And that makes things very difficult for Sharks on this A-bomb site. I don't know if anybody knows that much spray with a FAMAS. Lukowski doesn't get a kill. Smoke in the pit to look over, but everyone's familiar with this. It will maybe hold some time though, but the Sharks are not really sure whether they should full commit to this or not, but it's getting more and more urgent as they lose everybody on the A-bomb site, and it is time to save. Overwhelmed by mousesports, alive with 4 players up in this force buy, and that is a false start for Sharks early in this second half.
Yeah, and with that, it's going to be an overwhelming advantage for sure. You can make the argument that Sharks kind of need to force buy back in this next round, but the problem with that is that on the CT side of Inferno, you don't have many great options. If mousesports end up, like, there's a bunch of different scenarios where mousesports can completely circumvent what you're doing off of a force buy, because your options are quite limited if you force buy as the CT side on this map. Unless you opt to go for like max utility and then play MP9s and so on. Which maybe, I mean, they could definitely find a way to get max util. So I'm super curious how they plan to play this round out. Are they going to full save behind the saved weapons? It's looking like that's the case.
That was one big meaty headshot in the corner of the site. Sometimes you get deegs, man. Sometimes you get deegs.
Oh, they force bought. After all.
See if Zevi can do anything with the scout. Oh, Lukowski's got places to be, and Zevi has been punctured like a football by an angry parent. Trying to bait the shot there. Wasn't expecting a trade fragger in Dexter, however. So a desperation play from Sharks. A very aggressive run, but Acor's AWP is not something you want to contest today.
No. No, it's not. It did look like a pretty good run. It actually seemed like and I'm pretty sure they hadn't spotted him, so it's unfortunate that the flash didn't go a little bit deeper there for Lukowski to kind of take more advantage, but still some weapons alive. I was just about to say, I wonder if they're going to gamble stack, because they don't have info, and in this kind of a spot, gamble stacking is really one of the best answers, and they actually will get into the A site in time.
Nice. Yeah, at this point, you want to stack on the A-bomb site. If they go B, you save. If they go A, you die. Rob's looking for a 360. He heard FaZe Clan was floating, wanted to add a clip. And a rotation of the bomb has been made towards the B bomb site. Now, that is an important kill for Bemis. If he goes down there, then who knows? Not much of Pank to do with a scout and a Desert Eagle. He can get an upgrade, though, to a more versatile weapon for Inferno. Whether he survives or not is another question. But mousesports will move to that glorious 12-6 scoreline. And it looks like eco territory for the Sharks.
Yeah, it's so brutal when you like win the pistol and then you lose the second round. It's so hard because you know you don't get that initial loss bonus boost. That gets reset.
It's in a bin.
So you are economically in the worst possible position. For one of the maps, I mean, there's Overpass, Inferno, and Nuke. Other I guess Train as well. Okay, maybe you can make the argument all CS maps you want a lot of util on the CT side, but to like play an effective buy round, it's hard to do that and cut corners on util on this map.
I love the naked Karambit blade.
Looks nice.
With the little griff thing on the side. But actually, Bemis, I swear he unboxed like a ruby butterfly knife, and it triggered me so much I bought 1,000 cases. And
oh no.
At least I got 2 black laminates from it. So I sold one and kept the other. And I called it Black Avenger.
Nice. The AK black laminate?
No, the Karambit.
Nice. A bit better. All right, banana controllers with mousesports yet again. Of course, it's not really much to play with here for Sharks.
Yeah, this is a... I mean, this round is basically Pank needing to save, essentially, or wanting to. So at least there's some more money for something. Maybe it's drop an AWP, who knows. But apart from that...
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the thing.
Wondering if I should have picked Sharks over Tyloo for a 0-3.
Probably yes.
Because that Inferno, man. Tyloo and Heroic are 11-11 on Inferno right now.
I don't remember who I picked. I actually can't remember any of my picks. I did them all and then forgot immediately afterwards.
Yeah. I know how that works.
My memory is not good.
Most decks are off to the grave is where he's off to. Not far away from it. Graveyard's right there. Really looking to hold on to this AK-47. Those are PGL stickers on Rops's gun, right? I think those are.
I'm not sure.
I can't tell. I think they're PGL stickers. Who's going to carry the bomb? FYI, some trivia. You run at the same speed with the bomb in your hands as you do with your knife out. So I'm sure somebody needed to know that. Oh. I thought we'd see Rops's molly into the window. Oh, I haven't done any GoTV picks. We're what, 4 games in? I haven't done any GoTV recommendations. It's been 2 years, man, since the last major.
That's true. I forgot about that.
For those of you on GoTV, it's a little late, but I'd suggest watching Rops. You'll learn some nice grenades. Look out for his Molotov at the beginning of the round. When he's under the north side of the bridge, he'll do a jump throw to reliably throw the Molotov into the window. So look out for that next round.
mousesports gearing up for a B hit right now with Rops lurking. So you'd also get the perspective of what Rops is doing when he's lurking, how he reacts to the information. Oh wow, yeah, this is going to be a difficult site to hold. They'll move forward to do what they can to try to take this one, but it will be difficult. Yeah, that's a rough look here for Sharks. Having to give this one up, more or less. Some construction control, but you have to call it early on Inferno. There's a temptation to hold on to construction for your teammates to be able to retake, but then you get to the point where you can't escape if your team decides not to commit. Oh, okay. How many does Rops get? Do you think he gets all of them?
All of them? Man, that would be very painful indeed.
He's just looking to make sure his teammates are safe moving into CT, but...
Young Sharks caught in the fishing wire of Mouse.
How old is Rops now?
I don't keep an eye on how old he is, but I can look for you on the internet.
That's good. I would like that.
Right. How do I use the internet?
Because he was one of the first kind of not. I don't think you can call him necessarily a first gen CS:GO player, but he was very young because he played loads of 1.6, but he's very young. 21. That's
outrageous.
That's crazy that he's only 21.
It's rude.
That's crazy. He's been on mousesports his entire career as well, professional career. So that must be a good 4 or 5 years now that he's been on mousesports.
That's pretty cool.
Since he was 17, just turned 17.
I think post Chris J, you need a person that you identify mousesports with, because you've always had that person.
That's very true, actually. Yeah, Chris J was a great captain for the team.
Yeah, for sure.
It does feel like that's missing.
But I feel like Rops has got to take those reins now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Frozen will get there as well. Maybe Dexter will, but he won't get to the B bomb site in round 21 because JNT will immolate him, if you will.
And you can see the difference as well with how mousesports are playing the T side. They left players in apartments on the other side of the map. They can push and pull the rotation on both sides. Gather information too about the setup that the CTs are running. That's also really key. The bomb is still down on T ramp, and there's 30 seconds left. So you can see that now BMS is walking back. They can take that bomb and move together, and they have options. They can go to either side here. They have enough control on both sides of the map to do that. But they'll leave Rops' lurk towards A.
Zevi is making his way over. He has a HE grenade and a flashbang. He also has an M4, a little blind for the moment though. Dropping a flash for his teammate to peek from the back. Frozen not flashed at all. What happened to that flashbang? Zevi making a play through the smoke. You can see how desperate things are getting. We are looking at match point now for mousesports. Young Sharks, they're making their way over towards the B bomb site, but you can't imagine why.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a really big problem there because they understood that Rops was lurking, and so they didn't feel it safe to rotate. Plus, I mean, the hits kind of came in at the same time as Rops made noise, throwing the Molotov to the Arch Cubby. So it's just a difficult spot. I mean, it's just a good demonstration of, you can look at what is mousesports doing versus what Sharks were doing on their T side. And you can see mousesports just have generally, like, they're gathering more information, they're pressuring more, they're getting more map control for less. These are some of the things mousesports are achieving that were different to Sharks on the T side. So no surprise that we're at 15-6 right now, given how well mousesports is playing in this one. Everybody's fragging out for them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and there have certainly been questions in that regard with mousesports. They're just a brand, like, you want to see them doing well, man. I think
yeah.
they've had for years just great characters on their team, so you want to see those characters succeed. And, Rops, you want to see him go deep at a major. I think everybody wants to see that.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's a more mature version of Rops.
Great timing with that kill from Beamers to allow Rops to continue to creep. And again, this is what he can be so dangerous at. Such a thorn in the side of any team. Doesn't see the player make his way towards top mid. Has his footsteps been heard? I think they surely have now.
Yes.
He must realize the urgency of the situation.
Kalzi turned around. You can see he knows Rops is there somewhere.
So where Rops could be in the pit, he could be on the site, or he could be standing next to library.
Oh, he's walking back now, is he? Oh, he's actually walking back. The Kalzi thinks he's walked all the way around, which he was doing. Crossover elimination. Rops has absolutely just owned it there. 16 rounds. I mean, it's a great performance there from mousesports. Definitely looks like the better team.
Yeah, they were definitely the stronger team, and they should be the stronger team. They should win. I think this match should be won in a fashion like this, with a score like this. So I think everything's in its right place in that respect. Sharks were up against it from the beginning. That much is certain, and yeah, I think it's quite obviously the right result here.
Yeah, it's quite expected, and I think again, you could really see the difference in their play in terms